Hello again. Some cities in the world are famously lawless and pose a bit of a hazard for those visiting them. Mexico City is a bit like that, as is the Syrian capital of Damascus. Lagos, the former capital of Nigeria, is another such place. It is surprising, though, when looking at the international ranking for cities according to how much crime they see, that the English city of Bradford is number 30 in this league of infamy, ahead of Bogota in Colombia and just a little behind Lagos and Damascus. This is puzzling because the northern mill town was at one time renowned for being a quiet and respectable sort of place, with a strong tradition of Methodist worship among the working people of the town. These days, of course, things have changed somewhat. Last year, work began on Bradford's Clayton Heights Methodist Church, with a view to converting it into a mosque. Bradford has essentially changed from being a northern English town into something more resembling the suburb of a city such as Karachi. Without falling into the logical fallacy of post hoc ergo propter hoc, this thing followed that, and so the first thing caused the other, it requires no great leap of the imagination to believe that the change in demography of Bradford has been connected in some way with its transformation from law-abiding stronghold of Methodist Christianity and hard work into a place with a higher ranking in the crime index than Mexico City. I'm quite prepared to believe that I'm mistaken about this, and I would welcome an alternative explanation. It is, of course, not only Bradford which is afflicted by widespread and pervasive crime. If anybody viewing this video wants to witness international money laundering at work in England with their own eyes, why, they need only walk along to a high street which contains 2 or 3 Turkish barbers in close proximity to each other. For those who have never stopped to ask themselves why every other shop in some districts these days is a barber, the answer is that these places are a way of explaining where large quantities of cash come from, which are produced in this country and often transferred abroad. Common sense tells us that there is not enough business in the hair-cutting line to support so many Turkish barbers, and yet every real shop which closes these days seems to reopen as a barber. England is, in front of our eyes, becoming a magnet for criminals, and there seems to be nothing which can be done about it. As usual, in the description to this video, I give links to the sources of the information about which I have spoken.